Juan Mata, great signing, but not the right signing. Is that the case, Mac?
I believe he's not the signing to solve all of our problems, but he's a fantastic signing. A player that is a massive improvement on some of the players that we have at the club and some of the players that will be leaving. He's also one that will bring confidence back to the fans, to the team. You'll have people like Rooney and Robin van Persie. I think that they were considering their futures at the club and they may have a rethink now. Also, if David Moyes is going for any players in this window in the summer and he can say that he's brought Juan Mata to this club, then it bodes well for the future. So I think it's a very good move. And also, we've taken Arsenal's best player in the last 2 years and now Chelsea's. So not bad, is it?
Not bad at all. Johnny Quest, for £40 million, who else could we have signed? Is this the best player we could have bought right now?
I think this is the best guy that was available at the time. It's January. It's very difficult to do business. In the summer, I think the options would have been a lot greater, and we could have actually got someone that we actually needed. I mean, you could test the water with Borussia Dortmund with 40 million for Wannabe, the Royce or Gundogan. A little bit more, could have got both. But I think, it's a very difficult time to do business. Like I said, it's just a circumstantial thing. It seems to have come along where, it's a bit like Fergie was saying with Van Persie, when these players come available, you've got to go and try and get them. And it's what we've done. I think we have to give some kind of credit to Moyes and or Woodward, whoever's idea it was. Could have been that third party lad, whoever he was.
David Gill.
God knows, yeah. But no, it's a good move. I'm pretty happy. It's not perfect for the current situation, but you've got to take it, haven't you, one match class.
I think it'll bring a change in tactics as well, if I'm honest.
Yeah, we had a chat in the Full-Time Devils office, and this is what we thought was the best options we could come up with the team for the midfield if everybody's available and everybody's fit. We came up with Fletcher and Carrick as holding midfielders, with Mata, Januzaj and Rooney playing as a three behind Van Persie. So is that how you would fit Mata into the side?
Yeah, check my Twitter. That's something that I tweeted about the other day, actually. Because that actually sort of gives the team a lot of fluidity in a way, and hopefully that'll then get rid of people like Antonio Valencia, people like Young, and people like Tom Cleverley, so that they can be gone from there. I think, Manchester United traditionally have been wide players. We've had Beckham, Ronaldo, Giggs. We can list, stay here all night and make a massive list. But I think David Moyes is trying to change the philosophy a little bit, and I think that with the inverted wingers, I think might change the philosophy for the better, and hopefully it won't matter whether we win or whatever. Oh, shit, that was a shit pun, that wasn't it? Yeah.
Also.
Very original. The thing I liked about it was very original. People haven't been doing that all week.
Did not they?
And in previous years during Mata's career. I liked it. It was the first time I've heard it. Lot of time for it. If you can get it in again, do it.
Nah, mate.
Old McDonald, do you think Mata fits into the side better? Do you think it matters if we turn away from wing play? See, we can all do it. I think it matters.
Our main issue this season, I saw a stat on Sky Sports earlier in which said the last 2.5 years, Juan Mata's created like 230.
Yeah, I saw that, yeah. Evra's created more than
about
Mata Young.
75 more than his nearest competitor. And I think our biggest problem this season has been creating chances, especially at home. I do think it'll bring a change with the wingers. I think if you look at Kagawa, Januzaj, Mata, they're very similar players in the areas they play in. I think Mata and Januzaj are more flexible than Kagawa, but I think that change in bringing the wingers just a little bit more in. We'll need a new left back for that because Evra's finished. Rafael, we need to get him a bit more, professional in his positional play. But they will then become very key to our game. The fullback.
I reckon that, Adam, with that game, we are going to become Everton with Leighton Baines and Seamus Coleman being your wing backs coming down.
Well, the difference is Everton don't have Robin van Persie, Wayne Rooney, Juan Mata, and the like. So different team.
But hold up, Adam, you shut up for a minute.
Yeah, I was going to say because if you do, obviously it's gone through now with Mata, it might mean that Kagawa might stay at the club because there's been a lot of speculation over the past few weeks that maybe he might leave the club. There was rumours about going back to Dortmund, doing a swap deal for Royce. But it might mean now, Kagawa might stay because that he just said then he might be able to sort of play in the three that do play behind Van Persie. He could either play on the left of that centre of three, or he could play in the centre. We've got Januzaj, etc. as well. So I think it just allows a bit more, like I said, fluidity. That's the key word of the day today, fluidity. I think with him, we've got a lot more fluidity.
I was talking to a few lads around me and my dad yesterday at half time, Daddy Cola, and we were talking about Kagawa. And I think if Rooney stays and Mata comes in, which is looking pretty much certain, then I think Kagawa's off, to be honest. I don't think there's space for him in a team anymore.
We're swapping for Royce or Gundogan. That would be ideal. Right, guys, let's talk about teams. We do that?
Let's do it.
Okay. Cardiff. Surf, you can go first.
I'm going to start off with David De Gea in net, standard. He messed up yesterday, yeah? And people were getting on his back saying David De Gea is this, that and the other. That was his first mistake that led to a goal since Boxing Day 2012 against Newcastle. He's been one of our most consistent performers, right? So I don't think he needs to do anything. Carrying on, I'd play Raphael at right back, Jones and Evans at centre back. I'd like to see those two getting more game time together. I'd like to see Jones playing the centre back position more often, plainly because he's been playing in the holding role, and that's not his best position. So from now to the end of the season, I hope he can play in that centre-back position, maybe get a partnership with Evans going, you know. Smalling's decent. He had a good game yesterday. I'll play Everett at left-back. There's no other option there, really, is there? Going forward is great. Coming back, not so much. I'd have Carrick and Fletcher holding. Carrick had a decent game yesterday. Fletcher was a standout performer against Sunderland. Considering he's not played for 2 years, he played full 120 minutes and scored his penalty. More than can be said about, you know, some of the other guys that took the penalties. I'll play Januzaj on the right, hate Valencia. Kagawa on the left, hate Young. Danny Welbeck in behind Javier Hernandez. Yeah, so there's my team there, man.
Thanks very much. Johnny, be good. Who are you playing?
De Gea in the sticks, as Sus said. What a legend. Raphael, Evans, and Smalling. I think Smalling was really good. The Capital One Cup the other night, despite the defeat. Everett back. I don't think Jones is fit enough yet. I'm not convinced by him. He just doesn't look sharp, so I'm keeping him out. Fletcher and Carrick in the centre. I think they need to try and establish a partnership, a bit like the back two. And then left flank and going Januzaj. I think he looks a lot more natural and mobile and confident, putting his head down. I don't like the crossing game, but luckily Januzaj can do a lot more than just cross. And Juan Mata, the debut boy, I'm putting him in like an inside right position, so on the right flank, but I like to see him come in and ping us with through balls, because I don't think the crossing game will suit the forwards, who's Danny Welbeck and hopefully Wayne Rooney in behind him if he's fit.
Okay, now, guys, no more swearing. This is a family show. Michael McIntyre, what do you think of that?
Is he on as well, is he? I think they're quite good teams, but I think if Juan's here, play him. He'll give a big boost. I'd like to see Januzaj taken out of the team a little bit more. The guy's 18 years old. He was our best player yesterday. Yeah. So I remember one of his runs where he nearly got clattered on the byline, and he beat him, got through him, and he played a fantastic pass to Hernandez. And the guy plays like he's about 25, 26 years old, and he's hitting his peak. It's fantastic. But I think we do need to keep him out of the limelight a little bit. Let him develop without so much pressure on his head. He's playing in a team here that. Yeah. You know, he's struggling at times. We're not playing our best football. And he must feel so much pressure. Look at his penalty was tame yesterday. His penalty was really tame. And I think that's part to do with the pressure. We need to take a little bit off him. And signing the likes of Juan Mata will do that. People that play in his area, that can play in his position. I think the teams are well. Welbeck looked very tired yesterday. He picked up a knock just before half-time. I didn't think I'd see him come back out after the break. It looked like he'd pulled something.
That reminds me, actually, Carrick looks like he's got a knackered ankle, doesn't he?
Carrick's not fit. Phil Jones just does not look match sharp at all. He looks like he's breathing out his arse. He's not fit.
Is arse swearing?
I said arse. Well,
the F-bombs from Suff earlier were fine.
Okay. Right, let's move on to Cardiff and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Who are we worried about?
Ollie.
Craig Noon is a bit of a danger man, isn't he, for Cardiff? He's been playing decent recently, yeah, and that goal against City that he scored as well, out of the blue, went on a decent run, and it just goes to show that, you know, even if the best teams lose concentration, they are going to get punished. So we're nowhere near the best at the moment. Fraser Campbell, obviously, is quick. We know all about him. He's a bit tricky going forward as well. Jordan Much playing in that hole as well. I don't know if he's injured or not, but I think he's quite decent as well. He's had a good game in the home match when they played against us at theirs. Had a decent game there as well. So I think, yeah, them three, I think would be to keep an eye on them.
One more guy, but Peter Whittingham. I think he's been their chief creator and corner free hit taker, but he's their lead assist man with 4 this season in the Premier League. But his form has really tailed off the last 5-6 games. So I don't know. Maybe it's a confidence. Maybe Solskjaer doesn't fancy him. You never know.
Okay, so who's going to get a bigger cheer when they walk onto the pitch? Solskjaer
ole,
or
ole, 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 ole.
Ali's won everything.
I think we're in such dire straits. It's going to be Mata.
No.
Right, let's do predictions. Surf, what do you think?
1-0 United. Mata winner.
Okay.
Shit, no, cancel that. He's not even in my team. 1-0 United, Chicharito probably.
Okay.
Hey, say Chicharito again, sir.
I'm going to go for I'm going to go for 2-0.
Adam.
3-1 United.
Okay. I reckon 3-0.
Mata will give us a great boost if he's here. So even if he's sitting in the stands, he'll give us a fantastic boost.
Make a difference. Okay, guys, thanks very much.
Lads.
That was the Cardiff preview. Let us know what you thought. Who would you play? Do you think Mata's a good signing? Write it all down below. We'll get the debate going. And subscribe. It's free and brilliant.